What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tales from the Barrens. I'm spookier than hell, Dustin.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Suspiria Dustin today.
I already had a joke that fucked up the first time we tried this, so I'm not gonna do it again.
Susty.
Oh, but we are here to talk about Tales number 30.
90.
30.
30. What is the quick math on that? That is 90 short
90.
films?
90.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Not
That is,
90.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, dude, that's a lot of fucking shorts for a lot of fucking episodes, and I'm pretty stoked on that. And Anna's back.
Yay!
He is.
She's here, and all is normal in the world of Tales now.
Yes.
Yes. The universe has aligned.
Yes. So,
Oh,
so Anna, welcome back for Tales 30, which is a big one because we got some fucking bangers. Better than I don't remember the name of the short from last. Anna Dustin, of course, brought a short last week that
The Sydney Barber tapes.
I haven't watched them, but I was intrigued about that, if I'm being honest, because it's
dude,
found footage.
It's
it is.
intriguing, but I'm just going to save you the hassle. Just don't.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it averaged like a 1.7.
It was pretty low.
It was pretty
And I
low.
was stoked for that
Damn!
short too. When I
It,
saw that, like me talking about it, I was very stoked to watch it. I was like, oh, this seems like it's going to be really cool. But then it kind of drops the ball a lot. I know it was like a
yeah.
student film, but it was still like, damn, there's so much good setup here. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah,
Mm.
there's things they could have done that could have made it better. I feel like
Hmm.
I just feel
For
like
sure.
decisions that were made were not what I think or what Dustin or Brad thought would benefit the short.
Right.
Yeah.
So but that's not that this week. This week we got some bangers. I brought a short called Tapestry.
Hmm.
Dustin brought a short called Stay With Me, and Anna brought a short called Locations. And letting everybody know right now off the rip, we walk through the shorts. Okay. We walk, we get enthralled with our storytelling. We hit from point A to point B. And then what do? We take them right over to the scare
The
scale.
scare scale.
Anna, what's the scare scale you're asking me? I'm glad you asked because I'll tell you right now, okay? So the
Thank you.
scare scale stands for story, creature, atmosphere, runtime, and effect, each letter being a 0 to 1 rank score, and then total out of 5 for the ranking for the short. Does that sound good to
Hell
you
yeah.
guys?
Sounds great.
Yeah, dude. I love it.
Du- Dustin, what is that shirt you're wearing, dude?
I'm not wearing a shirt.
Oh, he's
It's an
naked.
illusion.
No, this is a newer drop from Creeporama, Suspiria.
Smexy.
Banger ass shirt.
Banger.
And this is an
Dude.
older drop from Creeperama.
Love it.
It's a movie about punching fucking Nazis in the mouth.
You can't lose.
I will enjoy watching it on film and in real life.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Same.
dude.
yeah. So we always like to thank Creeperama for always having our backs and fronts, and you can go to their website right now and pick up that shirt that Dustin's wearing.
Mm.
And then when you go down to purchase, apply discount, and the discount code is Barrens10 to get yourself 10% off your entire purchase.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely out of all the shirts I own right now, I think this is my favorite one. And
I
I
like
got the alien one I have over there too, that you said you really wanted. I was gonna wear that tonight, but I'm gonna save that. That's also a really good one. But this one is it's amazing. It's tie-dye and it's super psychedelic. It's
If it's
I
great.
the
like the
vibe.
I like the tie-dye scheme of that one. Like that maroon and black
I
is
do
really
too.
nice.
Hmm.
It's pretty.
Yeah. It sure is pretty.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Creepo has pretty stuff.
Yeah, buy everything and then us one of everything too, okay?
Yes,
Yeah,
especially Anna,
please.
because this is going to be released the week after her birthday. So we're recording this the day before her
Yes.
birthday.
She's gonna
So
be a
Yeah.
whopping 45 years old, guys.
Yeah, hell yeah, I am. I feel it.
Gr Granny stature.
Granny.
you're going to bed at
Granny.
6
Granny
p.m. now.
night. That's my comfy time. That's when I'm like picked up watching something or playing my Switch.
She's like, It's time for a glass of warm milk. I've never said that before.
What's happening to me?
What's happening?
I don't think I'll go that far, even as an actual granny.
Well, warm milk. When you make hot chocolate, you got to have some warm milk, I feel. Some hot chocky.
That's fair. Yeah. Steamy
Yeah.
milk.
Yeah. So, but all right, let's start diving into our shorts. And Dustin, would you mind kicking off tonight's tales?
He's like,
Sure.
yay.
Oh man, yeah. So the one I picked is called "Stay with Me" by Macabre Productions, I believe. I want to say we've covered a short of theirs before, but
Let
I'm
me
not
look while you're doing this.
100%.
The
Um,
girl that's in this was the same one that's in It Draws Closer.
No, you're talking
really?
about my short.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Duh.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
damn.
My bad.
Yeah.
I was
Um,
mixing them up there.
Like
Sorry.
that's the connection.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
where you stand right.
yeah. But when I was, going through these shorts, there was a couple I went through and I did watch, but I saw this one. The title was good, and another thing I was looking for was like, is the thumbnail going to give away what's happening? It didn't,
Right.
and I was very, very happy with that. But I don't know, the channel and the production company that made this sounded very familiar to me. But anyway, this short opens up with us looking at a door and like a lock that I've never seen before. I don't know if it's something that maybe they made up for the short or if this is like a something somewhere else in the country that they use like these
you
locks that are like connected. It's almost like a
you know what has these type of dials are cars now. Like that's their shifters. Like you turn a knob instead of pulling down and stuff. The
That's
oh
knob
yeah.
you go like this
dumb.
and turn it.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe it's something that they
Do that
connected to the
again.
door.
No.
Like I was thinking that maybe it was something that connected to the door for it to be connected to the phone, because as you see later on in the short, it gives you like an
Oh,
alert
like a
when the
smart.
door is being locked.
My lock is like that. It's a smart lock. I can unlock the stuff from my phone.
Okay, smart.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
smart
that's
I
home.
thought you were talking about the actual physical lock that turns. It's
no,
like
no,
a
no.
knob.
Yeah, that is something kind of fancy and new I haven't seen.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
seen
we
the
have passcodes to get into our front door.
Okay.
Like I don't use a key to unlock it. Hey,
wow, fancy
listen here, man.
technology.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so we open up with seeing this lock, locking also has like a little chime to it. But then we get ported into our main person, our the person we're following on this, and what we presume is her apartment. She looks like she's a studying nurse or a doctor. She's got like a heart poster on her wall and some other like medical things, and she's also in scrubs. So that kind of gives you the sense of like where she's at. And I imagine with her being a studying nurse, she's probably very tired, dealing with all this stuff, being up and studying and doing all these other things. But she is going through her notes and then she starts getting an alert on her phone that says, Your door has been remotely unlocked. And she goes, Oh, okay. So her boyfriend or husband or girlfriend, I don't know who,
Or
them,
partner. Yeah.
yeah, that she talks to later on, we she's getting up to go see if they're home and nobody's there. And she just locks it back. She's like, Oh, that's weird. Goes back into her room, starts studying more, and all of a sudden her phone is going off like crazy. It's been remotely unlocked. It's been remotely locked. It's been remotely unlocked, and it's just going like that down. And she's like, "What the hell?" And then she finally messages her partner, and it's like, "Hey, are you messing with the apartment locks?" And also, I want to say there's no talking in this short at all. I do like that a lot.
Yeah.
So it's all like from like text messages and just audio cues. But she's messaging her partner saying, Hey, are you messing with the locks? And they respond, No, I'm actually just going on break right now. What do you mean that am I messing with the locks? So she gets up, goes to the door, opens it up. She looks out, and you can tell that she's in some sort of big apartment building. She's looking down the hall, nothing there. And then you get a little comedic beat here, breaking a little bit of the tension. And she turns around, and one of her other neighbors is just like, uh,
Yeah, that was funny. He
what's
was
up?
like, hey,
And it goes into his apartment, and then she goes back, and then she locks it. And as she's walking to her room, she has like a little like I want to say closet door that's slightly open, and we see this creature just looks like it's like fading into view a little bit, or like it was like camouflaged in a way, and you see the back is kind of exposed. It almost looks like a mannequin that they would use in medical studies and stuff for people to learn is what it was looking like, a cadaver or something that they were using. So we get a little glimpse of that, and it turns around and it starts like fading in more features, which was pretty cool. She goes back, and she looks at her phone, and it says from a different number and different text and color and everything, it says, "Stay with me," with a smiley face. And behind her, we see we see this cadaver or creature behind her jump and get her. And then that's pretty much our short. Um, I really did enjoy this one, and I'm happy I picked this one. So we're gonna go right on over to the scare scale, and we're gonna go down the list. Okay, so story, I think everybody can relate to this. Being home alone, hearing weird noises, or you're getting messages on your phone about things happening to your locks or whatever it is, it's scary AF. And also, kind of putting these pieces together throughout the story that she's a nurse in training, or maybe is already a nurse, and you can tell that she's probably sleep deprived. So this could also just kind of maybe be in her head. We don't really know, which is what I like about this as well. So with that being said, with all the clues and everything that goes on, and it being pretty minimal, I'm going to give it a 1. I really, really enjoyed the story of this short a lot. Um, for the creature, I kind of want to lump in the lock in the phone with the creature, because that's kind of like all one thing is kind of like manipulating things around it, or maybe it was like invisible, and that's why we saw it kind of fading into existence
Like a
later on in the
chameleon.
short. Yeah, very, very
Ooh.
cool. So it's like this thing's just at the door going, I'm just gonna keep unlocking and
And
locking
every
Yeah,
it.
time
what
she comes back to lock it back, he's just standing there like up against the wall, like, nah.
a
Yes.
Hey, yeah.
what
So
a
like that,
jerk.
that is so
Right.
creepy.
It
So
is.
creepy.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a 1, just because that would scare the hell out of me too. Like if my door is literally right here, right next to me, and if I had my phone right here and it was telling me that it was unlocking, I'm literally looking at it and nothing is there, but then I go into my bedroom later and something fades into existence, I'm gonna shit myself. That's it.
Facts.
I'm out of
Facts.
here. And for the atmosphere, I dug this. She's by herself. Yeah, she's in a huge apartment building with other people. We see that she has a neighbor who just got home. So we know that there's people around her. But even with people being around her, she still is pretty helpless. So I think the atmosphere, just being alone, she's also doesn't really have a lot of lights on other than what's in her room. I dug it. So that's going to be a 1 as well. Runtime, I think this was about a 6-minute
It's
short, five,
under 6
six.
minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
So runtime is perfect. I felt like it used everything to its advantage. So that's going to be a 1. And the effects, even though they are pretty minimal, the creature was cool seeing it kind of like fade into like our world or whatever. I thought was really, really cool. But other than that, there really wasn't really a whole lot going on for it. So I'm going to give that one a 0.75. I think that's the only thing that I'd want more of, is seeing a little bit more of what this thing is. Because even when it's behind her, it's very like darkly lit, and we see it very, very quickly. So that's going to give me a 4.75 for this short. I enjoyed it
Nice.
a lot.
Nice. Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
Anna, birthday girl.
So I put in my notes for this banger or
Let's
exclamation mark.
go.
Yeah.
Capital.
Yeah. I was tickled with this one. It under 6 minutes. It used everything. The story, we get just enough. Like this is a complete short. This is a short film. It lives up to its name. Um, I loved it. It used everything that It used all of its time wisely with what little story it had. Like we knew what was going on instantly, just from the girl being in the scrubs. I also like that nice little heart portrait they had on the back wall. I was like, oh, that's
Mm.
a nice little painting, even for someone who's not in the medical field. So that's a one for me. Creature is also a one because I thought it was creepy as shit. It was something different. It almost looks kind of like going back to chameleon. It looked like an amphibian, something like
Mm.
some kind of water creature. And then also just the use of modern day technology was something that's not necessarily modern day, kind of two worlds clashing. So I'll give that a one. Atmosphere is also a one. The apartment is small, but also the filming techniques, like her going out of the bedroom and through the hallway to the door, and then the use of the camera, like following her, and then it holds there just for a second. Use of shadows, like waiting to see if something's going to pop out. I really like that. That's a one. Um, Runtime under 6 minutes. Like I started with, that's what really impressed me because, like I said, it's a short film. So that's a one. And effects, going back to the camera techniques and also just the use of technology is something different, but also very creepy. It's a one. So yeah, this was a five banger for me.
Let's
I
go.
really
Nice.
enjoyed it.
I struck gold this week
There you
so
Yeah,
go,
it
dude.
far.
was
He
awesome.
he's showing out now that you're back.
That's all for her.
Oh shucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a good one. I loved it.
Hell yeah. So I looked into Mecha Bray Productions, Dustin, and the page is only 2 years old over
Oh,
on
okay.
YouTube. And this short that you picked came out 2 months ago.
Oh shit. I didn't
I
even
did
look at
notice
any
Yeah.
of
that.
that.
Yeah, this is a very new short. They only have 5 videos on their YouTube
Okay.
channel. So, um, yeah, no, so the channel's very new, which I'm stoked that you stumbled upon it because I did go and follow them immediately, and I'm sure we'll bring them up again later. But
Oh yeah.
as for me, the story for this short, I feel like it's kind of like in like movies when something happens, like the we get like the situation, and then it cuts over to this girl doing her homework. But I feel like there should have been something before it. Like this short is what's the words I want to use? It would have benefited from being like 2 minutes longer.
Okay.
I
Okay.
feel. I feel like this is like the second half of something we need to know. But that's not going to dog it too much because my story's a 0.75. But you do get enough of, she's a working a student, she's in her scrub, she's doing all this, doing all that. The creature is a one. Like that creature is phenomenal. When we get the shot of it, her walking by the closet, and we see that spine that's like sticking out of this creature's
Mm.
back, and then the big reveal at the end is really nice. Atmosphere, the apartment is dark, it's big, she's by herself. For her to have to continuously get up and check the door is just enough dread that you're feeling because it's so far away from where she's at. But at the same time, like I said, my app, I can lock and unlock it from the app.
That's crazy.
Fancy.
You know what I mean? So I get it, but um, atmosphere's a one. Runtime under 6 minutes. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a one, even though I just said it could have benefited from 2 more minutes. But
Sure.
still, the 6 minute time run is perfect. And the effects, the creature looked amazing. The visual effects, like her scrolling on her phone, like, because, getting all those notifications, having to composite all that in. The lighting, the sound design was really good. That's a one for me as well. So that gives me a grand total of a 4.75
Let's
for the
go.
short.
Let's go. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm very happy I stumbled upon this.
That gives us a 4.8 overall.
Nice.
That is a big one.
That big, yeah. No, dude,
Oh yeah,
like
man.
this, like for them being a newer channel and very few videos on it, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out the other
Agreed.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So Anna, would you like
Yeah,
to talk to us about some locations?
absolutely. Very excited. So, of course, we love Hell House. And
The
anytime
Abaddon Hotel.
the Abaddon Hotel, anytime we can do something to support anything that anyone who's been involved in those movies has done, I at least would like to attempt to do so, because we had Joe Bandelli on and he was so awesome, so gracious, and especially on social media too, going back to terror
Mm.
films, like they're always awesome. So Danny Bellini, who played Alex Taylor in the first Hell House, and Gore Abrams, who played Paul in the first Hell House, they are still friends, as you heard Joe say on our interview episode. And they actually wrote, directed, and helped produce a short film called Locations. And I've seen them. I follow them on Instagram. We all do. We've seen them kind of doing the festival run and all that. So finally, it was out on YouTube. And because I followed Danny Bellini, he posted it and he was like, "Hey, it's out on YouTube. Link in bio." I was like, "Oh yeah." And before I even watched it, I knew Tales 30 was coming up, and I was like, "I want to come on for that, and I'm picking this. I feel like it would be a good one for number 30." And it definitely is a proof of concept film, way more than the sequence that we covered that Joe directed.
Yeah.
That we covered not too long ago. Very much more of a concept. It leaves a lot up to the imagination. We get this voiceover about this man and then people going missing. It's very obscure. And this man is Danny Bellini, and he's got long hair, and he's in kind of like his boxer shorts, and he's on this ocean. The setting and the vibes in this is awesome. I love it. And he's like this carver, the stone carver, and he chips away on this
Fucking
sword.
Cava.
Gang
Fucking
Cava.
Cava. And like all these like we see all these faces, and ironically enough, they're all of women. So it kind of gives you the idea the first time you watch this. This is definitely one that warrants at least two. That he's some kind of serial killer, right? And then we see like these faces of women, like from their nose up, flash up across these stone faces he's carved in this rock side up against the ocean. Then we see Paul, or well, Gore Abrams, his character. He plays Arnold. And we see him with like a camera and a backpack, and he's like walking around all these different places, kind of looking around, looking disheveled. And we find out that he basically works for a movie production company, and he scouts locations for films, for where people film their movies. And the movie, like once it actually starts with the story, we see him sitting down at a dinner watching this family eat. And you can definitely tell they're from France. They're not American. And they're talking in French, and he's kind of at the head of the table, like looking in, and they're eating with their fingers, and it's really gross. It gave me like uncomfortable vibes right off the bat. So we find out that their daughter is pregnant, and he's the dad. This is also another shot we see kind of intertwined in the beginning, which I loved. He's sitting in front of like a projector, and it's a projector of an ultrasound, a video ultrasound, and he's also smoking a cigarette, and so you see the smoke coming up. Really great shot that I loved. So she's pregnant, and he's the dad, but you can obviously tell they're not two people who need to be together. They're totally opposite. At least that's how it's being portrayed to me. This could end up being something totally different when it's made into a feature, if it does get made. So you can definitely see the cultural difference too. And the dad's like, basically telling him that, oh, they're pioneers, and people from here, we're all about community and nourishing our community. And I was like, yeah, that's what I like about foreigners. That's what I say about Americans. Like, we suck. And it's because of reasons like this. And like Big D got in the chat earlier, and he goes, Anna, And I was like, yes. Because I never know. That could be anything from either
Yeah.
of them. And he sends a picture of his TV and it's him on the screen at the dinner table. And he goes, fuck this guy.
Dude, he's the fucking worst, man.
He is the worst. He is just so rude. Like,
It's the arrogance that he
he's
has. It's
he's arrogant. But it's false arrogance because he's not confident at all. He is
mm,
not a confident man. The mom starts asking him about his parents, and he says their bodies are in Arizona, they're dead, and they weren't really close. It must be a generational divide. And so you can kind of tell that maybe that's why, like maybe a lot of people that go into the arts or filmmaking, they're not going to support you because they're not going to feel like it's very hard to make it, kind of thing. So maybe there was something like that going on, or maybe just a shitty home life, and that's why they weren't close. That's why he went off to do his own thing. So I think there's definitely some past trauma there that he's also projecting on the current situation, that he's maybe scared about being a bad father because he feels like his dad was. Maybe he's going to be just like his dad. So he doesn't want that to be that. But he also feels like he needs to be a man because whenever they're talking about names and stuff, he was like, "Oh, well, I thought that, if it's a boy, we'd call him, he'd be named after his father, little Arnie Jr." And then the mom very prominently is like, no, the baby should have his own name. And he's like, he was shut down and kind of demasculated, even though not intentionally, because I think it's just a cultural divide. Like from their culture, like I think the women kind of are in charge. That's the vibe I got, anyways. Once again, this is a short that could go anywhere because we get so very little except this dinner scene.
yeah.
And then he's got a bottle of hot sauce too, like kind of in the middle of things after they're talking. And he's like, "Oh, it's my brother's. He makes it in his basement, and it's the best stuff you'll ever taste." And they're
It'll
just like,
put
"Oh,
fucking hair on your chest,
I know,
dude.
it's such a like, oh." That's why I
And then they
text you
gave him
guys.
the
Yeah, the look. Yeah,
Which one?
yeah, it was just that's what I texted him the first time I watched it. I was like, I just watched the short and I felt so uncomfortable afterwards. Um, so then they call her. I can't remember what her actual name is that he calls her by, or she goes by every day. But her dad called her an egg, Annegg. And so he was like, he mistook it and he was like, an egg. And she was like, that's my birth name. And then he immediately starts laughing like the biggest fucking jerk ever. I was like, I feel so bad for this girl. Like, she is pregnant with this guy's baby. And you can just tell she is like miserable. And like even the dad's like, do you think this job's gonna go, there's security in this job? Like, are you always gonna be able to do this? And she's like, oh, it's just freelance work, Dad. That's part of the life. So I think maybe she started out maybe photography or art. I could see her doing
Or
something
she
like
was like
that.
an understudy of his, is how I
Ooh.
took it.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Is how she worked for him and things got weird.
I could see that. Dude, he plays the schmoozer so good.
Pissing
Like,
me off,
nah,
dude.
fuck this guy. Oh gosh. So eventually the dad is so nice. He's like, oh, well, if you're looking for locations around this area, I'll take you out and show you around. And then he's having trouble like speaking English to him. So the mom kind of helps, decipher that. And he's like, oh, well, that's okay. If I do take you, I'll have to give you a finder's fee. And just going back to that American way of thinking, the almighty dollar and making money, and then going back to the way the dad was saying it's about community. Like he didn't care about the money. He was just wanting to do something nice for this guy that knocked his daughter up.
Yeah.
The mom also talks about how she tried to abort her, and that's a
Yeah.
sore subject for her. She doesn't like talking about it, but then she continues to talk about it and says how she goes to the gym and tries to do it, but she hung on, and here she is. And I was like, God dang. So then they clear the table away, and it's just him and the mom. And, she's
That
basically
fucking
saying,
stare down, dude, was beautiful.
yeah, and she pulls her cigarette out and lights it. I love when like the woman does that, like after
Stares at him.
dinner. It's like, yeah, man in business. And that's another reason why I got the vibe that the woman's kind of the in charge, not the man. Um, and she's telling them because they're talking about like we don't know where the baby's gonna where we're gonna reside, and they're automatically assuming they're gonna stay there. But he's American, so he's probably gonna go back to LA or wherever he's based. And there's just a lot of questions. But then the mom kind of takes charge and is like, no, you're never gonna have to worry about if the baby's loved. Also kind of giving him a way out. Like if you want to leave, it's okay. Like we got this. And then he kind of sees them. He sees them all. This doesn't happen. He pictures them all because also at the dinner table, there's another sister, and she's got a little baby, and we see him picture the dad, the two sisters, her holding the baby, and also Danny Bellini, who turns out is their brother, standing all around the mom. Like that's reason number 3 why I think she's the head of things. And they're all he's picturing them laughing at him. Like he can't take charge, like they don't have any faith in him. And he's like, that just goes back to I just don't think he's confident. It's a false arrogance. That's his way of deflecting, instead of kind of maybe getting help for something deeper. So this is a short, and that's where it kind of ends. Like we also see the brother, like it fades off, and the brother at the start of this is carving a face in the stone that looks like Arnold. And then at the end, that's kind of what we see it fade to. And then we see, the water swishing up on the rocks and a rock bed and really great font at the end with the credits. I loved it. A nice touch. This was also edited by Danny Bellini, so shout out. I like that too. But we'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, this is a short that could go absolutely anywhere. It gives us so little, like, because I do feel like it's 2 stories. At the start, like I said, it feels like we're getting like a serial killer story and he's the killer. We also get a shot of him like jerking it off the side of the cliff.
Yeah, I was going to mention
You said cranking one. So yeah, it could be supernatural. It could be something to do with the sea. I like those vibes too. Going back to like Fishwife. Way back at the beginning. Hey, that witchy things, that anniversary was yesterday, the 14th of January. It came up in my memories. Yeah. I was like, oh, that was a year ago. Yeah. Shout out Beth Park. We love you.
Beth Park.
All right. So let's go ahead and head on over to the scare skill. Yeah, like I said, this gives us very little and is way more experimental than and way more proof of concept than your average short, I would say. Because even with the sequence being a proof of concept, that's the only one I know for certain that we've covered is. There might be others. They're not coming to me right now. That kind of gives us a story from beginning to end. So that's something that could be like a cold open or an anthology kind of story, you know what I mean, based on what's going on in that short.
Sure,
this leaves everything open-ended in so many ways with 2 different stories going on. And the only like really good scene we get, and this is a 15-minute short, by the way, is the dinner scene. And that extends for a very long time. So the story, I'm going to give a 1-2 just because I do feel like there are many ways it could go. And any way it does go, I'm interested in it. Like I would want to see this made into a feature. The creature is, because we know so little, this could be, like I said, it could be supernatural. It could be a creature in the water. It could be witches, some kind of coven. Or it could just be him. And it could be like a psychological drama kind of thing. But it is labeled a horror short. But still, it's too vague for me to like label a creature. And if he would probably be the closest thing to one that's like right in our face, Arnold. And he's such a jerk. You fucking hate him. You can't cheer for him. I don't know. Maybe a part of me does, but I don't know. We also see cuts of him at the end of it, like with some kind of hammer or like crowbar with blood all over it. So, like, is that implying he kills them? We see him like looking over the crib, like from POV from in the crib looking up. Um, like this could go anywhere. He could spin. Maybe he gets cursed and spins into a killer or something. So yeah, I gave the creature a 0.25. The atmosphere, I gave a 1-2 just because I love this setting. I love this color palette. Y'all know I love the dark and dreary kind of, even when he's walking around looking for locations, it's feels very dark and dreary. So I dig that when he's out on the cliffs and even walking around, it's really windy, like you're on the sea. So I dig it. I'm giving it a 1. I like the setting of the like where they're at in the cabin too, like the house where they're having dinner. Runtime, I don't think it could be any shorter, and I definitely don't want it to be any longer. But I'm still going to give it a 1 just because of the simple fact that I do want to see more. Where what we have and what I'm given intrigues me enough to make me want more. So I do give that a 1. And the effects, I am going to give a 0.25 to because I feel like a lot of the effects are the editing. That's why I said shout out Danny Bellini. I loved the editing in this, loved the font at the end. We do have some blood in that shot with Arnold, like I said. Um, that shot with him and the ultrasound and the cigarette smoke. And I love it anytime cigarette smoke's used. It's awesome. Um, it's really pretty. I just like it. I know it's gross, but man, fuck it. So yeah, I love it. But I am going to give the effects a 0.25. And so that gives me a 3.5 for locations overall.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
Nice.
nice. Happy to support the Hell House crew any way we can. Love them. So I'm going to go over to Little D. What did you think of locations?
All right. So obviously we knew this was going to be a proof of concept. Um, and it is definitely that, like you were saying, it really is. But this gave me way more of a fever dream vibe than anything. And also with it being shot on film, which is beautiful. Like the so much film grain, I love it.
Yeah, it's
Like
great.
m more film grain, please. Um, I thought that was really, really cool. But for story, for it being a proof of concept and it being very intriguing and just very like all over the place. Like I was getting whiplash of being like, what's going on right now? Like after after I finished the short, I was like, what the fuck did I just
I
watch?
know, right? It's weird in a
Um,
good way. Pete would
but
like
I
that
I
though.
did enjoy it. But for it being a proof of concept, I'm gonna have to give it a point 0.5. I want to give it a 1 just because it did, fulfill itself as a proof of concept. But for me, like when it comes to a short, I want there to be an actual like from beginning to end, like I want it to actually be like a short story. I want it to be there. I
Like,
want
stay
more of
with me.
this. Yeah, like I really want more of this. I do, but I'm gonna give that a point 0.5. For the creature, um, I didn't give any points for a creature just because I couldn't even like thinking about like, oh, it could be a supernatural thing or it could be him. There's just so many questions and so much like things open ended that I couldn't put a label on it. I couldn't even a family, I couldn't be like, oh, maybe it's the family. I couldn't even do that. So
That's
that's gonna
fair.
be um that's gonna be a 0 for me. The atmosphere, love this atmosphere, and I know I'll think the for it being shot on film, like really did a lot for me as well, because I just love the aesthetic of that. But also, being with this family and almost like being inside his head, which also leads to like the fever dream type thing of being like what's real, what's not real. Are these shots in the beginning of Danny? Is that real? Like what's going on? No. That was really, really cool, but that's going to be a 1. Like the atmosphere is definitely getting a 1. Runtime. This is exactly 15 minutes.
Mhm.
Exactly. So I don't gotta say my saying. I don't gotta say it. Um, they used everything that they needed to do for this proof of concept. I felt like them picking like this dinner scene is intentional for them to be like, okay, so it's probably gonna be a very dialogue heavy movie if it is made and I want it to be made. and also a lot of like psychological things, which I love. I love, 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 love. So that's going to be a one. The effects, yeah, it is really just editing and just a lot of like cuts and being like, what the hell? But I feel like with that, being the thing, it really did a lot for me of making me feel sort of out of place and very confused and wanting more, even though it's very minimal on effects, but that's going to be a one for me as well. So this is going to leave me with a what, 3.5?
3.5. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Same as me. Big duh. What about you?
All right. So
Big duh.
I didn't understand what the fuck was going on in this.
Exactly.
Like at all. Like
You did seem
Fever
really
dream up the
interested in
ass.
my more than usual in my explanation.
Yeah,
You're like,
watching you, I'm like just trying to understand
I
what
was
the
doing the
fuck
same.
happened in
Trying to
this, man.
decipher.
Because
What's Anna saying?
I
it's,
get
it to me, girl.
very proof of concept. Yeah.
I get that, like, why they chose this scene though. I do. I get, because it's gonna set the tone for the whole movie. But
Yeah.
as for the story, like, all we get is this guy got this girl pregnant. That's all we got.
Right.
And that's so with me, I'm giving the story a point 0.5 for the short. Now for the creature, unlike you two, I took the family as being this creature
Okay.
because I didn't put together that this was some type of fever dream or he pictured them doing this because when the girl gets up to take her dad's plate and they all kind of leave the table and the mom's like, don't worry, she's going to be taken care of, and he's like, what do you mean she? And he's like, she's like, the baby, and he goes, how do you know she's a she? And the mom's like, oh, we fucking know, there's
Yeah.
got to be something going on with this family.
Yeah. That's
and
true. Very true.
And then when this daughter that is pregnant comes back and they're all standing there, she looks at the whole family while looking him in his face. And she goes, sorry, he's not amazing. Or
Yeah.
she's like, she dogs him like right to his face, which I think is great that he understands French, but can't really speak it. Which I like
Hmm.
that a lot because they carry the conversation like that. Like they'll say something to him in French and he'll respond to it. Like he'll answer him. Like he knows what they're
Mhm.
saying. He knew what the fuck she said. So it's like one of those things where it's like you're like, holy shit, like what is going on with the family? Like, is this some type of cult thing? Is it not the cult of Tully? But
They
is
just
it
can't stay away.
yeah. Is there something more to this family that they're not showing us, which is I really liked. And then how the mom had like that epic stare down with him. She pulled out her cigarette, put it in her mouth, lit it, and hit it, all while staring at this dude's face.
Yep. Gangster.
She might as well just whipped her dick out and put it on the table, dude.
Funk.
You know what I mean, dude?
So true.
Bad as fuck. But these creatures for me is getting a 1.
Hell yeah. I
Okay.
dig it.
The atmosphere, I love the dreariness of this. I love the coastal scene, the grays, the blues. Alex out there cranking it on a rock. You know, it's great. And then the dinner scene, this table scene is really cool too because it's lit in kind of like an amber color. So it's
Yeah.
like it's almost like warm candlelit light. You know what I mean? Like it
Mhm.
looks really good. The atmosphere is a 1 for me. But 15 minutes at this dinner table was a tad too long for me.
Fair enough.
I would have
Yeah.
cut out at least one of the fucking digs that he did to them, like on one of the interactions could have been taken out. I feel
Yeah.
chopped it down a little bit, but that runtime is going to be a 0.5. The effects, all of those faces had to be chiseled in stone, right? And
Dude,
or
they had to be.
either that or it's
Boom.
all CG.
It has to be. Yeah, or
Regar-
CG. Yeah. Either way,
Regardless, it looked really good.
it did look good. Good point. Yeah, they did look good.
There were a couple times where our main guy's face disappeared,
Yeah.
as well as not Alex. French
Mhm.
Jesus is what I was calling him.
Jesus.
Their face disappears. It looks really good, you know, and I dug it. And again, like the lighting, the sound design, the scenic view of like the ocean with the waves crashing. It opens with the painting, right? Like that painting looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dug it, man. So the effects are going to be a 1 for me.
Let's go.
Nice.
So that gives me a 4
Yay.
for the grand total of this concept.
Let's go, did.
Yeah, it did.
Which gives us a 3.6 for the short overall.
Nice.
Yay. Yeah, it was a great short. Loved it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Me too.
Me too.
And with it being this is absolutely something they turn into a studio to see if the studio is interested in picking it up. And
A24. Saying it now. This is
It
an
does have that
A24
vibe.
movie.
it's a neon feel, dude. Like,
I would
I was
rather
thinking that
neon.
like neon. Give it to neon. Neon.
Or-
Listen to us. I'll tag them.
or
Clip this.
just bring it to the Cognetti Productions.
Yeah, Steven
Keep
and
it in
Joe.
the family, bruh.
You know what I
Right?
mean?
Keep
You know
it
what
in
I
the
mean?
family.
That's all I'm saying. But all right, we're gonna head to my short, and my short is a little one called Tapestry.
Yeah.
So since Salem Horror Fest, I've kind of like established relationships with certain directors, producers, whatever. Like, we have Taylor from The Baby,
Virginia Powers Henry.
Virginia,
It's
Virginia. I couldn't,
Virginia, that's right, yeah.
Jane.
Jaina, Cameron, the guy that did Bloody Mary. But one that I have been,
Beth Park.
well, Beth Park, yeah. I've been talking to Heebie Jeebie Pictures a lot.
Nice.
And the Heebie Jeebies Pictures are the same people who brought us
It draws closer.
It Draws Closer. I was gonna say Drawn Together. I'm like, that's not it. They brought
We're
us
having major brain farts tonight, and that's okay.
Yeah. They brought us It Draws Closer, and I brought that to this show because that short was like in my top 5 of all of Salem Horror Fest.
Hmm.
Yeah, you really
So
loved it.
then they came out with a movie last year called Tales of Terror, Poetry, and Death, Volume 1.
Mm.
They had a short in that as well, which
Nice.
was a fucking banger.
Banger.
And then I got this email that had Tapestry and To Hell With You. And I'm saving To Hell With You for a good time, Anna, because
Okay, I think I've seen something about that.
it's very exploitation. Like it feels like Jackie Brown meets Black Dynamite type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Oh my god, dude,
That sounds fun.
loved it. But I picked Tapestry for tonight's short, and it stars Aaron Owenby,
Hmm.
which Aaron Owenby is the girl from It Draws Closer.
Yes.
She's also in Ozark.
Yes.
She's
Oh, really?
also she's also in the short from Terror Tales. So it's just kind of like
Okay.
keeping it in the family. You know what I mean? Like
And she's from around my area too. I think she's from Chattanooga.
Oh,
she's from
Mhm.
town.
She's from way in town. Yeah.
She's from in town.
she's up the hill.
Yeah, way up.
So our short starts with a pan into someone sitting in a shower, right? You see her sitting in the shower, then it kind of like pans down. You see her clothes, then you see her wedding rings, and then you see a bloody hammer. And you're like, oh, shit, okay. Alrighty. She gets out of the shower, walks into the living room, and then you see her getting ready to sit at this table. But at this table, at the other end, is somebody with a sheet over their head. Big bloody spot. It goes down. Oh, DED.
Dead.
Dead. You look at the table, it's some type of ritualistic thing because there's a salt circle, a blood circle, a bell, then there's a newspaper clipping. And I know what happens, but how shitty of a parent do you have to be to forget your kid in your car?
Dude, that shit broke my heart. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And automatically I know what's about to happen.
Me too. I was like, oh, yep, I see what's happening. Because there's also. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I say, I know what's about to fucking happen.
Mhm.
So she says some kind of incantation. She goes, at the sound of one bell, something will happen, but the sound of a second bell, like you'll go away, or I'll get what I want, or whatever. Some type of little incantation. And When she rings it and then has her eyes closed, stands up, and when she opens it, across from her, that fucking body is standing up too.
Scurry.
Mm-hmm. And she's staring at it. Then it starts to shrink like it was dipped in the dip from Roger Rabbit, right? So it just starts shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And then she like walks around the table to kind of like look at it, and then she starts noticing it growing again. It grows, but only to about 2 feet tall. And then she's like, okay. She pulls it off, and you see the side of a baby or her baby. I would say, what do you think? Two, a year
Yeah,
old?
two. Yeah, two.
Yeah.
No high chair. Enough to sit in a high chair.
No, it's in the high chair, sure.
Yeah, 2 years old.
And she's happier than shit because it worked, right? And she's
Yeah.
sitting there and she's feeding the baby, but it cuts over like as she's feeding, it shows behind her, and that fucking tapestry is up like this, and she notices it. She notices it because the baby looks at it. The baby kind of like looks over, and then she looks, and she's like, "Fuck." So she walks into the kitchen dining area wherever this ceremony was being held, sees a panel of other, I'm gonna say ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just everyone sitting there looking at her, and then she goes, "Fuck you guys." Picks up the bell and goes to ring it. Ain't no ringer in there, Lieutenant Dan. And she's like, "God damn it. Where's that little bell at, Anna?"
Down on the sheet that's on the floor.
It's on the tapestry.
On the tapestry. Yeah, it is.
So she gets on hands and knees, crawls around and grabs it, but as she grabs it, she gets grabbed by what's ever under that little tapestry. And that 6'5", whatever, zooms back up, pulls off to reveal that it's her husband that she bludgeoned in the head because he left their child in a car.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
That motherfucker.
To the
Fuck
island
him.
with you.
Yeah,
Fuck him. Yeah.
to the
Fuck
island.
him. We've got something going to the island tonight, man.
Oh, yes, we do. And she's like, fuck, and she can't get away. And the whole time the baby's freaking out. Baby's freaking out. And then it stops. The baby just stops freaking out. And it cuts over, and the baby has that little ghost demonic face to it, too, man. And you just hear, "Dada" in the back.
Ugh. She's
And it
fucked.
grabs her, and she's fucking gone, dude. And that's the end of the short. That's the end of the short. I'm not even going to run down my scale because this is a fucking 5.
Banger.
Everything about this short slapped. The eeriness, the effects, the runtime, the story we got enough of because of that newspaper clipping. That's all we needed was just to see the motive for the short.
Yep.
I think my favorite part though is like when she's like going down to get it, all of the ghosts kind of like turn their heads and look at her
Oh,
in
yeah.
sequence. Scary as shit.
Yeah.
So that's a 5 for me. Dustin,
Let's go.
what do you think about Tapestry?
Oh man. This was a ride. I feel like every time I see something from Heebie-Jeebie, they just like kind of up their game a little bit. Like they're learning and doing more crazy things. I loved all of this. I thought the story was great. From getting the little cues of her murdering somebody, and then you realize, oh, it was like her husband. You see the hammer there, and she's like, cleaning off the blood, and then leading to her doing this little like ritual thing, which this gave me like if Pet Cemetery was through a ritual thing instead of burying, you're like
Yeah.
you put
I
the
did get
tapestry
that.
over something, and then you say this, and then they come back. Which what I was getting, which I really really loved. And then learning about that her baby died because her shit husband an asshole and
Yeah.
deserves what he got coming to him. Um, just awful. So I loved all that, and the ghosts and all that was great. So the story is gonna be a 1.
Fuck yeah.
Story is definitely a 1. Creature, I mean, dude, like being able to, I'm sure they had to do some maybe After Effects, but for the baby alone, for it to look like that and for the eyes to be, like clouded over and then all that, just the baby alone and the aesthetic of that it warrants a one. But everything else with the tapestry, with the other spirits there is great. So it's a one. Atmosphere, it is very sad. Um, it's also very serious at the same time of her being like, I'm gonna do this. I need my baby back. And she just kind of just forgot to close whatever side she needed to do after she had, her baby with her. I think she missed that because she was out of excitement and being like, oh, my kid's back. I forgot to do the little ding ding ding. But I was also wondering to myself, if she rings that, does that mean that he goes away too? So I was kind of questioning that
Mm.
while watching this, but the atmosphere is a one. Runtime, it used everything brilliantly. Um, you probably could have made this longer, and I still would have been like, yeah, this is great. So that's going to be a one. And the effects, like I mentioned, just the baby alone, getting that child actor to be looking like that, and then seeing all the other spirits and just the house setting and everything is great. So it's a one. So yeah, it's a five banger for me.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Nice.
Wow, our first five banger of 2026. Right?
No,
Oh, was there one last week?
yeah,
Okay.
there's one last week
Oh, okay.
where all three of us picked the five and
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
banger. But all right, Anna, what did you think of Tapestry?
I too felt that this was a five. I really like this story. Just like you said, Dustin, it was the motive with the newspaper clipping was all we needed. And man, just to and honestly, relatable. I'd kill a man to bring my kid back. So there's
Yeah.
that. This was I kid, but it was very relatable, and you kind of yeah don't come after us, feds. Um, I'm not being serious. Um, yeah, it was very relatable and sad. So the fact that in her excitement she forgot to ring the bell and had the same thing happen, maybe she would have had more time to get the bell and screw it back in and actually ring it. I think she missed her window big time. She spent a lot of time,
Mm.
putting him in the high chair and whatnot. The setting was great. The ghosts looked great. Just the fact that the baby recognized his dad, and the dad's gonna be pissed that this bitch just
Papa.
killed him. Yeah, it was
Papa.
it was really, really good. So it's a five for show.
Let's fucking go. That is awesome. Like EBGB's pictures has like so
Killing
far
it.
been like 2 for 2 that we brought to the show, man.
Hmm.
But I'm really excited for you guys to watch To Hell with You. That was
Yeah,
No,
me
the hell
too.
with you, dude.
no, To Hell with You,
Huh?
dude.
The hell with you both.
To
Oh
Ewan's.
shit.
To
Yins.
Ewan's. All right, Anna, what does that give us for an average for tonight's tales?
Oh shit, hold on. A 4.5.
Oh wow.
Hell
Okay.
yeah, dude. Solid tales tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally.
our score wasn't dragged way down because of a certain short.
Dude, I wanted that short to be good. I wanted so much from that.
Yeah, but math be math, and so it's all right. It's all right. But yeah, so we are continuing tales. We are also continuing Anna's birthday month, annuary, with our last episode that'll be coming out after this is going to be a ton of fucking fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
we should
fun.
have already been teasing it, I guess, right? Throughout this week.
Yes.
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 Yeah, because when this comes out, yeah, we'll be leading up to my last pick, right?
Yep.
Which my
Yep.
last pick, I ended up giving over to our first annual Fuck 'em Island Battle Royale.
Hmm.
We're super stoked. We've got so much stuff planned. Um, Promos, some extra goodies. We've got everything set up. We're going to explain everything further. Think of it like some kind of gaming adventure. We're going to bounce
Dude.
ideas and plays off of each other. It's going to be kind of a free for all, and we hope you guys enjoy it. We're all very
Yeah.
excited. So,
Buckle up for a 5-hour episode, everybody.
Nah, nah, nah.
Welcome to Dissect That Film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so very excited. I did have another thing picked, and then we were gonna do that for Tails, but I was like, no, let's just focus on that because I'm excited to do that too. Because it's something new,
Yeah.
and it could be another year before we fill the island up, or it could be 3 months. It just depends. So,
Yeah.
it all just depends on how shitty the characters are in the movies we pick, and we'll go from there. But we're excited for our first five, which is Alex Taylor from Hell House, Susan McAllister from Deep Blue Sea, Juno from The Descent, fucking Eric from Evil
Fuck,
Dead,
fucking Eric.
and
Fucking Eric, dude.
who am I forgetting? Oh,
Uh,
Kathleen from
Kathleen.
Thanksgiving. Yeah. So we've got an interesting five. I'm excited to see how it plays out.
It's gonna be fun.
Me too.
Indeed.
Over on Flicks and Friends, we will have just put out a episode for 1989, and that is Jean-Claude Van Damme led Cyborg. Oh no, I'm lying. This comes out. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. 1985. The John Hughes classic horny rom-com teen movie, Weird Science.
Ooh.
And joining us on Weird Science, his name rhymes with Dustin.
Justin.
Yeah, it's Dustin over here.
Yay!
Hell yeah, man.
Ton of fun.
No, that
Excited to
was
hear that one.
Yeah, had
that
to
was
tell.
such a crazy episode.
I had to explain to Paul that this fucking lady was a Barbie doll.
Ah,
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
come on, man.
There was a
But
lot
yeah.
of sidebars going on during that, but that was really fun.
Yeah. And then over on B Action, we'll be wrapping up Charlie's birthday month coming up the following Tuesday, and that'll be Arnold Schwarzenegger and the other Belushi in Red Heat.
yes, the bad one, right?
Yes, we may
Like
have a
Nate
special
says.
guest on that episode as well.
Ooh.
That's all we got going on.
Much
Dustin,
excite.
but yeah, budget cut. Is that what you said?
Much excite.
Oh, there's a budget cut. I was like, okay, let's cut him out.
Fuck them.
Fuck
Fuck
him. But all right, Dustin, what do we got to do to get out of here, man?
Well, I just want to say I'm so happy that this beginning of the year is, starting off with such big things that are going on at Anna's birthday month. Tails is like going off. It's amazing. And just to see the excitement from, other people who have been listening to the show, like engaging with everything on social media and also everywhere else has been so really cool to see. So I thank you guys so much for, coming back for another year into our fifth year, which is crazy to think that in 2 months the show is going to be 5 years old. I can't even fucking think. Uh, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. So I'm really, really excited for that. And also want to say that Out of the Basket with Lil D's back. So
Yay!
yesterday would have been our first Out of the Basket with Lil D episode of the year after about a month and a half break.
Let's go.
So yeah, super, super duper cool. So you guys want to listen to that? You can go right on over to our Patreon for $2 a month.
$2, Bob.
You get that episode. It's going to be dropping every Wednesday. You will be getting a video only over there. I don't really feel like there's a need for a audio version of that. And besides that, you're also going to get all of our episodes up to a week early. And it's just so cool to see everybody engaging over there too. Patreon has been great. I love how we have this thing where we can try out some new ideas or see how it sticks. So if you guys want to go over there and see what's happening and some random things to see if that's something we think would be good for the show, go over to our Patreon. It's only $2 a month and you help us out a lot. But if you can't do that, you can go right over to the audio platforms and also YouTube. Make sure you guys give us a rating if you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. That really does help us out. Also, commenting, liking, and subscribing on YouTube as well. We're getting very close to 500 subscribers over there. And once we hit there, I feel like things are going to be going a lot quicker in motion for other things that we have been wanting to hit, especially this year. We have some goals. So yeah, just thank you guys so much for, listening every week and these two knuckleheads always joining me and being on this journey. It's also insane to think that Anna's been with the show for a year, and Big Duh, you will be hitting 2 years this
Hmm.
year, which is insane to even think about
She's
that.
just a wee baby.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a super duper fun. I love doing the show every week and doing tales and even our main episodes. It's always crazy when we're thinking about what we want to do every month. And we're like, we want to do this, and then sometimes like, and actually we're gonna go and do this one because this is better. So it's always really cool, to see like what we're doing. But yeah, just thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see everybody on the next one.
Bye.
Later.